to point out an important thing that is going on here on S&P 500. So here on S&P 500, we can see a beautiful accumulation of the Q1 of the day here, which is very beautiful. All right, the previous day is already pointing on a sell, which kind of increase our chances or probability of going for that sell. Then another thing I would want us to see is an aggressive violation of this trend line, which price is already doing that right now. You can see price, let me delete this, you can see price is already going up exactly at that place I told you guys. Remember, when you have a speculation and price is following that your speculation, it only means price is aligning itself with your own expectations, right? Which means you're on the right track. So like I said, price needs to come up there, then we need to see a gradual reversal in order to take out this trend line for us to take it all the way back down there. This is scenario number one. Scenario number two will be this. All right, this is scenario number two. I'm going to clone this guy. I like the setup here on S&P 500. I like it. It's the kind of thing that I would want to trade. It's the kind of setup that I would want to trade. We can also dubiously speculate a trend line around this level there, considering this was the low that price used in pushing up. But I'm going to put it here because of this is the guy I think price is going to use this time around, not this guy here. I think price is going to use this guy here, this low here. All right, so what I want now is an aggressive buy above. All right, and I think that's what price is doing, which is good. Aggressive buy above, then maybe one price breaks this first trend line here, maybe we might jump on it, maybe not, but yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. We'll keep on following this market. Something around this might be something that I might look out for. Then we might experience some level of resistance here, but after that break, that means that's a clear road to a bearish market. This is what I envision to see on S&P 500, guys. This is what I envision on S&P 500, just because of the fact that this guy aligned itself. This is the closest to what I expect. I'm going to move it in the watch list to the top so that it will be at the top. I like adjusting the guys that are more aligned to what I expect. I move them at the top of my watch list so that I can easily look at them. And the ones that are not so much aligned to what I expect, I keep them in the bottom part of the watch list. Okay. So let's touch base on BTC. What do we expect here on BTC? BTC is on a world of its own. The Q1 of the day is obviously a distribution, so we expect a ranging Q2. So I don't recommend anybody trading BTC in the Q2. Please don't trade BTC on Q2. The Q2 most likely will be a ranging market, to whom it may concern. For today, only today, we are using the 5-minute time frame to observe all this price. All right, so I'm not telling you something that is going to last for more than today. It's not even going to last more than 1 o'clock today. Okay, and when I mean 1 o'clock, I mean West African time. All right, so basically that's that about that. So BTC, there is no need to I won't even draw a trend line here because I'm not interested. Or maybe I will draw a trend line for the afternoon setup, just in case if he ends up showing us something interesting in the afternoon. But I don't think there is much to write home about here, to be honest. So I'll just leave it alone. No need to waste time there. All right, so here on US Tech, for me, if you have an understanding of what's going on S&P 500, there is no need again to start reanalyzing US Tech, bonds, any US indices, because basically, based on my own humble experience, all of them correlate positively to S&P 500. So what S&P 500 is doing is what all of them would most likely do. So just by having an understanding of what's going on S&P 500 without looking at US tech, without looking at UX30, without you looking at German index, I already know what they'll be doing. I don't need to look at them. This is not me being proud. This is simple currency correlation. I pity those that are not in this live streaming because a lot of knowledge is being shared here and people just don't think I have it. Well, maybe it's because I've not bought the GLE. When I'll buy the GLE and I'll start flaunting it on the social media, that's when people will start listening to me. But it's fine. I don't have the GLE. I don't even have the money yet, so it's fine. I believe we'll get there. And when we get there, I will not be giving the information for free again. I'll start asking people for money because now people want to get into it because they are seeing results. But if you guys are following me now that I don't have it, this now I would want to share it for free, because it means if you are following me now means you are genuinely interested regardless of what you see here. Okay. So like I said, this US tech, I don't need to reanalyze this US tech. This index, I don't need to look at it again. If you doubt it, let's compare it with UX500, which is S&P 500. All right, let's compare it. So this one here is US tech. What do you see here? Do you see that this price action is similar to this? There is no difference. No difference. No difference. No difference. No difference. Here is a rangy market. Look at how rangy this is. If you come to US tech, you'll see it's the same thing. Here is US tech. Come on, my network needs to be faster than this. What do you see here? Same thing. Rangy. Same thing. Rangy. So I don't need to analyze this. So for me, S&P 500 is good. Once I have an understanding of S&P 500, I don't need to look at US tech. I don't need to look at UX30, all those UX indices. I don't need to look at them again because, of course, S&P 500 is the driver or the driving seat based on my own experience. I might be wrong. Don't take it from me. I'm not telling you something that is standard. I'm telling you what I've observed in my little experience, in my little time on the chart. That's how they operate. That's how they operate. All right. Thank you very much. So here on gold, here we are looking at gold. Gold, of course, is looking like a buy. Very interesting. Oh my God. Very, very. Look at this, guys. This was Wednesday. This was on 31st December. We had a very rangy market. Market manipulated down. You see the manipulation down there. Market comes into that range, finds support here. So for me, I think this is what gold is doing. Gold is buying aggressively. Gold will be buying aggressively. So for me, my expectation on gold is a buy for today. This is what I expect on gold. See, gold came down here. We had a rangy market there, which the market manipulated down, came into that range, find support just immediately at the low of that range there, and you see how price is pushing up. And if you know how this works, after an accumulation, what do you expect? A manipulation. After the manipulation, what do you expect? A distribution. And I think gold is now in the distribution phase, and I think throughout today gold will keep on trying to buy. All right, so I'm just going to draw the trend line for gold. Once I draw the trend line, we'll move to the next thing we have in our watch list. And once we are done with that, I think we'll be spending more time looking at S&P 500, because like I told you guys, S&P 500 is the guy that looks closest to what I expect. Is the guy that is looking very attractive to what I expect, and that's why I'll be going for it. All right. For me, I don't even know where I'm going to place the trend line, because gold is actually kind of pushing up, and placing this trend line might be a bit difficult. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep it somewhere here, and I will reuse it once there is a more interesting price development here. But for me, I would say let me keep it here. Maybe I'll just keep it there just for now, but it's nothing exciting going on yet. We would want to see gold to build up liquidity, either by making some tiny movements like this. All right, maybe something like this, then eventually breaking it, then going up. So this is what I would want to see gold do, but we want them to build up a liquidity first. All right, I don't like the way it's just pushing up like that. We want them to build something up, build some liquidity, then push out of it. All right, that's what we envision on gold, but for now we'll leave it alone because nothing exciting is going on there currently. Here is USD CHF. Ideally, I don't like trading this currency pair because sometimes it can be everywhere, and the main reason why I don't trade them is because of the fact that the slippage sometimes on XNS can be huge, and when the slippage is huge, it's difficult to make money in a market with big slippage, right? So I'll be leaving this guy. It's not my go-to market. Here is US30. I already told you guys already. If you understand what's going on S&P 500, you pretty much know what is going on in any other US index rather that you know. Majorly US Tech, US30, and S&P 500. Those guys kind of move hand in hand. They move hand in hand. All right. So and I think US30 and US Tech, they look up to S&P 500. So they pretty much are the younger brother of S&P, and they are just there looking at S&P. And once S&P does anything, they will follow suit. So that's how I understand it. All right. So I don't need to start reanalyzing this guy anymore or any further. All right. Here we have German index, which is DE30. Same thing, same story. You see how it's still a rangy market. It's manipulating up. Just as simple as if you understand S&P 500, there's no need for you to spend time on anything in index again. And anyway, the UX ones. Anyway, I'm not saying all index. All right, so I'm not looking at that guy. Let's touch base on Euro British Pound. Euro British Pound, on the other hand, is looking like a bearish market, but we don't like where the market is currently trading. The market is trading at the previous day low. This is not where we would want to be shorting the market from. We would want to be shorting the market from of course, the bearish territory. For the guys that know about the PD array, we still use PD array in what we do here. All right, but I'm not going to go into PD array. We are not here to talk about PD array or smart money concept basically. But yeah, USD JPY, I would largely want to go for a sell. Considering the price action I'm seeing here, but the internal structure here is not aligned to the direction I want to go, so I'm going to leave this guy out for now. But I'm going to draw the trend line because in the future we might need it. Maybe in the afternoon we might need it for the afternoon section, but for the morning section I don't recommend you trading USD JPY, at least for a sell. If you want to buy it, it looks more of a buy than a sell, but based on the strategy that I'm applying, my strategy would want me to sell it. So I am grounding myself in my strategy and I'm following my strategy, and that's why I would want to sell it. But in a situation whereby the internal structure is not aligning itself to that direction, just leave it alone. It's as simple as that. All right, so that's why we will not be trading S&P 5, not S&P. We will not be trading USD JPY this morning, but in the afternoon section we will be looking at possibility of seeing a good setup there for us to jump on. All right, remember guys, if you have any currency pair you want us to look at, please feel free to drop them in the chat section and we'll take our time to look at it. And I'm also looking out for you guys' feedback. I need criticisms, I need feedback. Is it the way the video is being presented? Do you think my presentation is okay? Do you think the video quality is okay? Do you think we need to work on the audio? Do you think we need to polish our captions? Basically, I need feedback, guys. I need feedback, because this year we are going hard, extremely hard on it. We are going seriously hard on this one. So all feedbacks is greatly or will be greatly appreciated. All right, so just by drawing out this trend line, I can categorically tell you that USD JPY kinda is already violating the trend line, basically, but just the way the internal structure is, that's why I'm leaving it. So this is a typical example of you understanding that everything that you're looking out for, or all expectation that you're looking out for in the market, needs to be met. All expectation needs to be met. So it's not like when you have a trend line, maybe the market violates your trend line, but the internal structure is not aligning itself properly. You taking that trade is not aligned with your strategy, and there's high chances that that trade will not go your direction. So you get the point now. If you don't get the point, I can't help you. If you don't get the point, I can help you, Manizu. Okay, so here is Oxy dollar CHF. I think most of the items here, I wouldn't want to trade them anymore, because now I'm going into the shitty price, shitty currency pairs here. Let me see if I can look at one more. This guy here, not interested. Oxy dollar 200, not interested. Not interested. I just want to go through these ones. I just want to analyze, because I think I'm spending much time here looking at, and my attention span is already dwindling. This guy, would I want to trade this guy? No, I don't want to trade this guy. No, I'm not trading that guy. Okay, this guy kind of rangy. Not trading you. I think I like this HK50 Hong Kong index, but not my thing. I'm not interested. I think that's it. Let's go back to the items that we picked out that we think is best for us. Okay, and the items we have here, the one that is closest to what we expect is what? S&P 500. So we'll be spending our time on S&P 500. The reason why I like to have a lot of items in my watch list is because I have a lot, and one, I analyze them just like we did from top to bottom. We analyze them, we observe them, we now pick out the ones that are closest to what we expect. And the ones that are closest to what we expect, and I already told you guys, is one, S&P 500, which is this guy you're looking at here. And you see our expectation so far is being played out beautifully. All right, remember I told you guys we want them to keep on trading up, and I think they've already traded up in a very substantial amount. This was the level I wanted them to take out, which you can see they've already taken that level out, that red line. All right, now they have taken that red line away. What I want to see is maybe them trading a bit further up, or they might start reversing now. Either ways, I'm okay with that. But the only time I would be interested to see what market is going to do is at the point when price will start violating this trend line I have here. So at the time price will start violating those trend line, that's when I'll start to look for a sell opportunity. So S&P 500, I'll bring you to the top of my watch list. DXY, I don't directly trade DXY. I use DXY to have an idea of what's happening in the major pairs. All right. I'm looking at DXY. DXY, it's in a place where I can't make any decision on it. And just because of that fact, I will not be making any decision on Aussie dollar USD. I will not be making any decision on Euro USD. And also, I will not be making any decision on British Pound USD. Just because of the fact that DXY is not yet showing us a clear path of what we think it wants to do. That's why we will not be trading it, at least for this morning. We can trade it in the afternoon section, but looking at the internal structure this morning, we are not interested. On US oil, if you look at now, what I'm doing now, I'm basically just summarizing all the drawings we have and picking out the ones that are closest to what I would want, and the ones that I find interesting and closer to what I want. Those are the ones that I'll be moving them to the top so that I can easily go there and see them. I like US oil. US oil is one of the consistent pair that I've been trading that has not given me much headache. US oil hardly stops me out. All right, US oil hardly gives me losses. I know the currency pairs that are very good to me. US oil is one of them. Gold is one of them. The only issue with me and gold is, for you to trade gold, you need huge capital. You need huge capital. That's the only issue I have with gold. You need huge capital to trade gold. But do I think gold is a good thing? Of course it is. I genuinely think gold is a fantastic setup or a fantastic currency to go with. All right. So with that said, for US oil, I'll move it up. I'll keep it just below S&P 500. All right. BTC, we said we are not going to trade the BTC this morning. I think BTC is going to use this morning section, at least the Q2 of the day. If you guys already know, when I say Q1, Q2, you already know that I use time-based theory to trade. I use time-based theory to trade. I use time, I use trend line, I use daily trend, I use PD array. I use a couple of things, right? But largely, I use time-based theory, which is the quarter cycle theory, right? So when I say Q1, I mean the Q1 of the day. If I say Q2, I mean Q2 of the day. So the Q2 of today is going to be a ranging market for BTC. Any bad month, if you put money, we'll go observe them in the afternoon section. If it's not a ranging market, I will give you money. If it's a ranging market, I'll transfer you my AZA, you give me money. Any bad month, use the chat section, challenge me, and we would have that conversation. This is not me being proud. I'm just telling you guys the theoretical approach to how market does these things. When the market extends, hardly will the probability of that market extending again in the next quarter is largely low. Especially when you experience a large expansion, the next quarter usually comes with a ranging market. So I think BTC might want to range in the Q2 of today, which makes it even better, because now once we have a Q2 ranging market and we know the direction that BTC wants to go, We will now be leveraging a manipulation against the Q2 of the day for us to jump on that direction. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. All right. I know it might be confusing for the guys that don't understand the time theory and maybe some of the things I say here. That's why I say make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I'll be making videos back to back videos, back to back. See, this year, any day where I no post video, somebody should come and drag me. Somebody should drag me. I need people to keep me accountable. I need people to drag me, and that's why I'm asking for this feedback if you guys have any. So that's the promise I'm promising myself, not even you guys, because I think if I promise myself, I'll be more I'll be more serious with it.